Alright you guys, so let me update you on a new project I've got going on here. So when I was younger, my dad had a 61 black rag top, and it was an awesome car, loved it, and ever since then I've been looking for one. I thought it would be pretty cool if I could own the car like my dad had. So after years of looking, I came across this one down in Oceanside and went down, saw it, and fell in love with it, and now it's in my garage. So that's kind of when the story evolves. So I get on this forum, Volkswagen Club of America, something like that, and I'm posting pictures and everyone's like, oh, awesome bug, awesome bug. One guy says, that's not a 61. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Registration says 61, it's a 61. And the guy's like, yeah, the windows are too big. I'm like, okay. So I started looking up, pictures and stuff, and sure as shit, the windows are big. So then I'm scratching my head. This register is a 61. Then it dawns on me. Now I've had other Volkswagens before, so I like to think that I know my way around some Volkswagens. Had a 55 when I was in the service, and then when I got out, I had a 56. So looking at pictures, sure enough, front window a little bigger than 61, side windows, yep, bigger than 61. And like I said, then it hit me. The pan, the chassis is a 61. That's what you register. So somewhere along the line, someone must have switched the body for a later model and kept the 61 chassis and registered as a 61. Now, when I went down to Oceanside to look at it, I was so infatuated and in love with it, I didn't even pay attention to those details. So anyway, here it sits. I was all pissed off and bummed, and even wrote the guy, and he was really cool. He was like, I'm sorry, I had no idea, but so my first reaction was I was gonna sell it and get rid of it, but it's a pretty sweet bug still. So I took it into the mechanic, and he had it, he got it running better, and a couple little things he said. So we go to pick it up, and he gives me the full DNA Ancestry.com history on this car. He said the chassis is a 61, which I knew already. The body is off a 67, which as a VW guy, my opinion, that sucks because that's the year they made the most of them. Least valuable. Anyway, that's my opinion. The transmission is off a 68. So we got 61 chassis, 67 body, 68 transmission. So it's the Frankenstein bug, we call it now. But I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna make it look like a 61. They've got the fenders off a 61. So screw it. Our son is coming up on 14, so in a few years he's gonna be driving, and I'm sure not gonna let him drive that. But anyway, it's in good shape. The rag top's the coolest part. So what I've done so far is I switched out the taillights. I bought the early taillights and pulled the fenders off and putting the taillights on. So I've been working on that, but it's so god dang hot out here. The motor's got a dual port 1835 in it, which is cool, but it's having problems right now, I think, synchronizing the carbs. So I'm actually going to switch those two out and go back to a single port, single carb system. It's easier to manage that way. But it runs pretty good. It's fun to drive. It just doesn't start very good. That's the issue. So I think that's why the carbs are going to come out. But it's a sweet car. I'm sure I'll post videos of it as I progress on it when it gets a little cooler out here. And I'll still be doing reef tank videos too, so that's still going strong. Everything's good on that. So that's it. Adios, peeps.